Hello everyone and welcome to the Wednesday preview where we look ahead to what's happening here in the world of West Australian greyhound racing. Plenty happening as there always is. Why don't we start with Mandurah on Friday night where Corey White has two greyhounds that are going for hat-tricks. He's got the Hammer and Who Told Spider. Now, Got the Hammer goes around in race 8. This is a grade 4-5 over the 405 metre journey. And this dog was first up from a spell last week and clocked a really quick time of 17:29 over the 302 metre journey. He's been a really consistent performer over his 15 starts, 6 wins and 8 minor placings. And in race 10, we've got Who Told Spider making his debut over the 302 metre journey. That's on the back of his win over the 380 at Cannington last week. And the week before, he won over the 405 at Mandurah. Now, you would have noticed a change of distance for both of these dogs from last week to this week. And I spoke to Corey about that, and he said it's a deliberate training tactic by him. He likes to change up the track and distance regularly with his dogs. He believes it helps them learn how to race and keeps them engaged. Specifically, he had this to say about his two dogs on Friday night. With Got the Hammer, he thought the dog should go well second up and believed he was suited from the inside where he has the early speed to be competitive. And for Who Told Spider, he was very confident and thought the dog should repeat the dose from the same draw as last week, which is out of box 1. At Cannington on Saturday night, we've got 2 heats of the Lew Dorsa. Let's have a look at the first heat here, and the headline act obviously will be Vice Grip here. Of course, the Perth Cup winner racked up another win over a free-to-all last week in a time of 29.69. This dog has now won 10 of his past 14 starts. It's been a stellar run for trainer Adam Smithson. One of the other key dogs engaged in this race is Sunset Whistler. Now, this dog followed up his Perth Cup consolation with a win over the 600 last week, so he's sure to be running on strongly here. But what about Archibald? This dog is absolutely flying, certainly early in his races at the moment. A little bit ironic given the person he's named after, which was a former staff member here at Greyhounds WA, was not known at all for his speed, but the greyhound version of Archibald certainly has a lot of early toe. Let's have a look at that, and just to confirm it, his first sections from his last 3 runs have been 5:38, 5:42 and 5:40. Now that sort of pace is going to put him into the race from any spot on the grid, so he might be leading this one early stages here from box 4. We have a look at the second heat here, and we see in box 3 Tiger Town. Now this dog toughed out a really gutsy win last start. We've also got Capito here. He's won his past 2 starts since returning from a 6-week spell. He's generally been a pretty handy performer and generally pretty quick early as well, but I think he would prefer to be from an inside draw. The dog I've got my eye on here though is Momentum. This is a greyhound we spoke about last week, and he is building back to his best. He was 2.5 lengths off Vice Grip in that free-to-all last week. Vice Grip's not in this one. I think Momentum certainly the dog to beat in this. Well, that's ahead of us at Cannington on Saturday. We are racing also at headquarters tonight as well, and we've got the Autumn Maiden Classic final. Let's have a look at that field right now. The heat winners from last week in this race are Elite Machine in a time of 30.16. Throttle, this is a big, strong 35 kilogram dog, and he came late to win his heat in a time of 30.45, and Browse Them One was the other heat winner in a time of 30.36. Let's have a look at Elite Machine though, and from the Lemon box 5, Elite Machine jumps moderately but quickly gets into stride as Aztec Kid slips through to the early lead. Now Aztec Kid is yet to win a race, but he does lead for a long way here, and he's also done that in his previous race as well. He might be able to do the same in the final from the pole. Anyway, we've got Elite Machine here on his tail, and halfway down the back straight, Elite Machine takes over the lead, and from that point onwards, he's off and away. As mentioned, the time he does finish up here is 30.16, but Elite Machine did clock a 30.04 in his qualifying trial the week before, so he can go quicker. Well, that's the Autumn Maiden Classic Race 5 tonight, but my best bet comes in race 8, number 1, Smooth Move. Now this greyhound has been mixing it up over the 380 and 520 metre journeys in her past few starts. And what I'm hoping with her short course pedigree, that she's going to be able to show some early pace and get a break on her rivals in the early stages here. So race 8, number 1, Smooth Move as my best bet here tonight at Cannington. I should also mention as well that as of tomorrow night for the Thursday meeting down there at Mandurah, the restrictions on the number of patrons we're allowed on the racecourse has been eased. We can now have more than 200 people in our restaurants here at Cannington and Mandurah, and also the public area has been opened up as well. You don't need to have a booking in the restaurant to turn up to the track. So that takes effect as of tomorrow night for the Thursday meeting, and that these restrictions go for about the next 2 weeks, and then hopefully they'll ease off even further after that. Well, if you can't make it to the track, we'll see you next week on the show.